Second place is home to me. I think something that every human goes through is the pain of failure. And even though I many times try to find the light in it and say failure is the only way to success, there's a limit to it. There really is. I can't keep failing and expecting to one day double the result and win. I search for answers, I search for why I fail, but for some reason my mind cannot encapsulate the idea of failure as something truly whole. I can't let it go through me as something that defines me totally, even though, by definition, failure is the definition of not being good at something. Now, of course, failure comes with the definition of what you think it is. So, objectively, failure is not doing good in something, but subjectively, what I'm talking about is second place. So maybe you find that good. But someone who hungers and tries at something for more than normally people would do, of course, would want to just be the best. At least that's the way I think. Anything I do, I always do 110% because if I'm not doing it, then what's the point of not doing it like that? See, if I'm doing it 100%, sure, that's fine. I mean, I'm still trying, but if I put in the extra work, if I know what I'm doing and then I therefore criticize myself, to me that's 110% because I'm going beyond my capabilities and understanding that I am not perfect. So, yes, second place is never going to actually be fulfilling for me because I'm always criticizing myself, so I'm ending up in a hole of just criticizing myself. I said that so many times, but what I'm trying to say is second place is a trap. Second place means you try harder every single time, and the more you try, the more you find that you're doing bad at. And maybe that's why I'm stuck in second place because I build a hole and put myself in it. Maybe I need to understand that things just happen. Maybe not every mistake I do is on purpose or let on because of the decision I made, but because of the situation that I was put into. Many cases you can be second place, so I can't really bring an example, but what I'm trying to say is you can't find success in failures and successes. Instead, you have to find it in the process. It's confusing, and honestly, even me sitting down right here and thinking about it, there's not a way for me to articulate for someone else to understand. The only way I can think about it really is that every time I step into something and I know I'm trying my best, I just be content with the result, no matter if it's to many others failure or to myself failure or to many others success and to me still failure. Because my ideas are not constructed by others but by myself, and if I'm not happy with the ideas I construct myself with and therefore not reach, I'm never going to be content. I push myself too hard, and many of you do too. So, what's the point of even trying if your goals are too high? Well, I always say this. I say, and many of you have probably already heard it, aim for the stars and hit the moon. You're still among them. Maybe not at the level of which you want it to be when you started your journey, but maybe that becomes a stepping stone. And maybe that's what I fail to understand. Maybe what other people do too. It's patience. At the end of the day, to be successful at something, it takes time. You're not gonna do it day after day after day for months and end just after you start. No, you're gonna fail. And many times months at end, maybe even years before you see success. But you have to keep trying. You have to keep going. Because the failures are there for successes for them. The concept becomes successful. Failure leaves you at failure. And you stay at it. You let yourself be defined by a word and not let yourself define what you want to be. I don't know, man. All I know is that I've gotten too many second places, literally in anything. It could either be a race, ranking system in anything. It could be speed running in something. It could be doing math tables. Maybe doing work in your job. Maybe someone's just praised more. At the end of the day, all these things serve to is to compare yourself. And sure, people say only to compare yourself to your own self, maybe a day ago or a week ago, but how am I supposed to know how far I've come if I can't understand the fact that there's rankings to things? Sure, you could say how far you've come with yourself, but in the bigger scale of things, have I really came that far? Or am I just questioning myself too much to the point where I lead to comparing? And sure, I'm still comparing myself to my past self if I end up doing that. So what's the point? What's the point, man? I really don't understand, dude. I'm at a point in my life where I have many decisions and I don't know which one to take. I try to push to make a new decision open to me, but I end up failing. No matter how hard I try, maybe it's because I'm not trying enough and maybe I fail at what I'm supposed to be doing, or maybe because the people around me don't support me and keep me with the mentality I need to do to actually succeed at something. I don't know. All I know is that maybe I do have to stop blaming others and fully put trust in only the ability I have. And even though the ability I have may not be enough in the comparison of others and in many times for the ideas of others, I have to be content with it because it's all I have. But to me, that's hard. It's hard because I'm not able to give a definition to what I want. And many others do that too. You create ideas of how hard you must work at something, but you really don't know the end goal, so it's never going to be enough. I know that when people end up going to the gym, they end up having body dysmorphia because you enter the gym and then you reach a goal, but then maybe you compare yourself to others, or maybe you compare to what you dream of having, which is still the idea of someone else. Damn it, man. I don't know, bro. All I understand is that comparison to yourself or to others leads to an overthinking like crazy. At least for me. Maybe for others the ideas are really simple and they keep it to its base conformity, but I myself I think too much. I think a lot. In fact, to the point where it hurts me at things. To the point where it leads me to failure because I create fears that I don't need. And that's what holds many people back, like me. Anyways, I'm gonna probably go over and overthink, but just keep it simple, man. Maybe that's what it is, bro. Shit ain't ever that deep, bro. But to me, it is. So, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna go keep failing. And even though failure is never gonna feel like success, maybe one day I'll be able to buy a home and have all my family live in it and take care of them. And to me, that's success. Even if I never reach that number one place in the races of track or number one in a video game tournament that I've been trying to play for years now. With many excuses, yet many other people with the same excuses seem to ignore. So, I don't know. But, yeah, that's my spiel about second place. So, see ya.